everyone. Welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact UK Impacted, episode 181, coming to you live by the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, they're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, basically wherever you list your favorite shows, we are there. Of course, it is TNA Talk for TNA fans. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, of course, the Joker. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? It feels weird with just two of us again. I'm feeling bloody nervous again.
Oh, nothing to be nervous about, buddy. Nothing to be nervous about. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, how you feeling though, in general?
Yeah,
ready to rock?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I've been listening to music all day, taking my mind off of everything else, and it's been okay. Yeah.
No, good. I've had a busy week as always. Always the busy Bison. Always got something going on, and a bit of a rush today. Just so you know, guys, it was my fault that we were running a little bit late. I didn't quite get the script done, so I had to sort of kind of get our bullet points done and everything else. So you know, the show runs nice and smooth. We don't want it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a bit of improvisation here and there, but that's usually just me jumping
the gun. Yeah, no, it is usually.
I just
go on. I just want to have a quick scan through the chat, mate. Quick scan through the chat. So we got Eric Isaac is in the house. Nice to see you, my man.
Yeah.
He's obviously looking forward to the mega 6-person main event tomorrow. We've got Punks in the house. Nice to see you, bud. Mears in the house. Apparently, I've got to keep the inappropriate comments to a minimum. Fuck you.
Oh, happy birthday to Boomer as well.
Fair enough. I'm not making a cup of tea. Wait a minute. Okay, fine. Hi, Melonhead. How are you? Oh, the milk's in. It's a bit weak. He blames us a lot. Anyway.
Yeah.
Gibster's in the house. Nice to see you, buddy. And Melonhead has hopefully got some digestive chocolate biscuits. I hope you're sharing those around. Zach Boniface joined us this week. We haven't seen Zach, I don't think, for a couple of weeks. It was nice to see you, Zach. Simon Plum. Nice to see
the Mass
Simon.
Dogs too.
And the Mass Dogs are so everyone, all the main players are in the house. Hopefully we get a few more join us as we head through our discussion here.
Yeah. About hopefully Limpstar will join us as well.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Craig will join us a little bit later. He's running a bit late. He's having to work a bit later tonight, but he will get to us as quick as we can. You know, and of course, we didn't want to keep everybody waiting too long, so we thought we'd just crack on. Joe, let's get into the news, rumours, TNA Impact recap of the week, shall we?
Yes.
We need to get a jingle for that, I reckon.
Yeah.
A bit like J Bones News. We need to get some kind of jingle going. I'm going to look at, we're going to look into that. Maybe we can get Steve on the case. Steve, you need to get on the case. We need a jingle for the news, rumours, and TNA Impact recap of the week. Should be good. Right, okay. Is that that might work. Joe Hendry food fight. Featuring, of course, himself as he talks about the incredible response he's had to his theme tune, because he now writes the theme tune, sings the theme tune, and of course a little tour.
Puts it out on Spotify.
Yeah,
gets it to beat Bono, beat Taylor Swift, number 4 overall in the UK. Because we believe in Joe Hendry.
We do believe. He's doing a little tour of Glasgow this week, where he's doing a bit of a recap of 12 months of Food Fight, which is great. So go and check that out. There's loads of good stuff on there, going back to some of the interviews he did with Trent Seven and a few others. And of course, he's visited many countries on his tour. I think Joe could tell you a bit more on that. What were you saying about that one, Joe, earlier?
Yeah, he's this week he's talking about it's now been 1 year since he started Food Fight, and he's just going into a bit more about how much it's meant to him to get to know the roster, get to do it, just do it in general, and get to know the fans as well a bit more through the platform too.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's gone to like where he used to go to a sweet shop where he used to go after school and to pay them a visit, give them some credit, and that looks a damn nice place. That he's looked massive lots of fudge there, and I love a
Oh,
bit of
really?
fudge.
Oh, we do love a
And
bit of. Hey,
yeah,
Dragonstorm's in.
Food Fight's officially been in 6 different countries. It's been in Scotland, England, America, Australia, Japan, and Germany. So he's really like pleased with the global reach it's managed to make because of TNA, and it's just a really nice episode to watch and to look back at some of the guests. Like Trent Seven burning his mouth on the spicy food was a good laugh, and Killer Kelly getting it all down there and burning herself as well. Just saying, "Sod it, I'm going to go for it," and not caring that she's going to burn the roof off.
Fair dues. Sounds good. I am going to go and check it out. Obviously, I struggle a little bit sometimes, so but I will definitely go and check out.
I've already left like congratulations comment and said to him, I want to see Ashley Vega back on, and I want to see him get Charles Crowley on who can get him.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Simon's got an interesting fact there. Longest running wrestler produced show on TNA Impact Plus. There you go. We need more and more Callahan Uncensored. That's all I've got to say. Now he's back.
I hope
Let's
we
get
see that
that back on the go. Callahan Uncensored. We love that one. Right. Okay. So info on the titanium package for Cincinnati Tapings is being released. Now, it looks like it includes a few extras that I haven't seen before. So we've got the front row seats as normal. First fans into the arena as normal. You get a ringside photo op after the Saturday night show. Again, normally get that. An exclusive, never been given before 11x4 photo. I'm assuming it will obviously be roster members or whatever, potentially signed, I would imagine. We've also got collectibles packet. So, just a package with loads of little bits in, which is good. You also get a raffle ticket for basically for a memorable prize after the show on Sunday night. And you also have to be in attendance. So if you're not there, you don't get it. So simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the titanium packages are great. I did titanium a couple of times in the past. I really love it. I love the titaniums. I know a lot of the other guys, a lot of the regular guys do as well. So it's good. Like I said, I said to you before that when they come over to the UK, I was gonna go titanium.
Yeah.
But because I wanted to go to 3 or 4 shows, I decided just to plump to get me front row seats. Because, if I'd have gone titanium and all of that lot, because it was like something like £300 a night or something, I could have gone titanium, I suppose, on all 3 of them, all 4 nights maybe, I don't know. But that would have cost me like, I don't know, getting on for £1,000. Plus the travel, I think it would have been a little bit too much. But what they get in the States, they get their titanium, takes them over the 2 nights of the TV tapings. We were only getting it for 1 night, which was a bit of a shame. But I think that was because they were moving around. So they were like 1 night in Glasgow, then they went 1 night in Newcastle, so I think it was a slightly different thing. But then for me, my whole point on that was then it was too expensive because, you were only getting 1 night out of it, as opposed to like the US get 2 nights out of it for the same money.
Yeah.
However, I have had conversations with Simon in the last couple of weeks. We were talking about different things. He was asking my opinion on stuff, and I said to him I said I don't understand why they don't do more than titanium package. So you do a titanium package which include all of that stuff for but your seat changes. So if you go something like titanium, gold, and silver, right? So you get all those benefits, right? But a titanium is front, gold is second, silver is 3rd row seating, for instance. And obviously they do a little bit less on the money. So that way, you're encouraging more people to get involved in paying a little bit extra money for a few extra perks. And you're going to fill up at least those first three rows easily. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Rather than just the titanium, do you know what I mean? It's my thoughts.
Yeah, I do. I think they did have 3 tiers for the UK tour, and all of them were just too much. I couldn't afford any of them. Sadly, I was
Well,
hoping
there was only one. There was only one titanium. There was
Yeah,
only one
those.
titanium. I mean, you could go. Obviously, you could go. Second, third row, or whatever you wanted to. But
Yeah.
There was only one titanium, which included the front row tickets.
Yeah.
But I understand that. I mean, Simon was saying the same thing. Like he wanted to go titanium for commentary shows, but he just couldn't afford it. It's just too much. Like when you start adding in hotels, travel, it's just too much.
Travel was the biggest problem for me.
Well, yeah, because it was a struggle to get there, wasn't it, from the trains and that. Yeah, no, I get that. Advertising and marketing has already started for Slammiversary in Montreal. Talent, especially the Canadian talent, have been promoting all over the socials. Slammiversary. So I think they're proper going for it. I think we're going to see some serious from the next, either maybe not tomorrow, but from the Cincinnati taping onwards. I think we're going to see some serious push, some serious drive towards some really cool shit going on at Slammiversary. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're definitely building up something big is going to drop on Slammiversary, and we got like Gisele Shaw's coming back soon too. That's is she going to come back at Slammiversary, or is she going to come back soon? When that package,
God, you're a nightmare. You're a nightmare.
When that came up, that had me thinking, is she going to be back at Slammiversary, or are they going to, that? But I think there could be other huge signings coming in.
He loves jumping the gun, doesn't he, our Joe? He does. Loves jumping the gun.
I just say what comes to mind without thinking. It's unintentional, I can assure you.
Look at this dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've now been thrown through the loop, baby. Thrown through the loop.
It's not hard to throw me through the loop, I can assure you.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
May suggesting that Jinder Mahal possibly shows up for Slammiversary. That would be amazing.
You never know.
Nick Nemeth will probably come back at Slammiversary too, because he's now currently in Japan doing some stuff down there. But he'll probably be back for Slammiversary too, which will be interesting to see.
I agree.
But I see the advertising definitely shoot up a lot more and the promotion go up a lot more across the board, like you said, from Cincinnati onwards. But even I've seen it on Facebook that the advertising is just gone up tenfold since the start of the year.
So.
It's been fantastic.
So. I think
they
are driving it. They are driving it a lot more than they did before. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I still don't believe it's enough, but they are driving it a little bit more. Which is good to see. Yeah, good evening to the boss. The boss is in the house. Better watch our P's and Q's now, young man.
Yes.
Might get in trouble. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Barry. The Canadian fans are usually good. They're very enthusiastic, and they do tend to push stuff as well. It looks like Dragonstorm is saying that he's almost sure it's going to be Allie versus Bailey at Slam, with Bailey going over, considering where it is. Yeah, that might be cool. Yeah. You got Nick and Ryan in a tag team match at Slammiversary. I think that could be a strong possibility. Maybe we could see the Nemeth brothers versus the System.
Yeah.
Something like that. That might be pretty cool. Now, also, we've had on May 18th and 19th, we've had a match card or some matches been released for the Cincinnati tapings, which is obviously coming up this weekend. We've got Edwards versus Joe Hendry. We've got Trent Seven versus Mike Bailey. We've got Ryan Nemeth and Matt Hardy versus the System. This one came out of nowhere. Marty Bell versus Jordan Grace, which is good to see a return in Marty Bell.
So good to see her back.
Laredo Kid versus AJ Francis, and that is going to be a title match, so that's going to be interesting.
Gonna be a banger.
Plus, you've got the meet and greets, which look pretty good too. So you've got Saturday, we're going to get Jordan Grace, Mustafa Ali, and Mike Santana. And then Sunday is going to be Ash by Elegance, Sammy Callahan, and Joe Hendry. Both nights, fantastic. Like, those are great meet and greets, aren't they?
They're fantastic.
Absolutely.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
He's been mentioned a few times. He's turned up. He must have been waiting for us a bit more. He wanted more. He wanted more and more. Simon staying in on the action with the clapping lip. Good. And Barry Monkey's got a still confused and Nemeth. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Speedball Trent Seven. Winner gets Ali against all odds and X Division.
Yeah, I can see that. I that's my pick to pick out of those two to go up again. It would be because it's just different, really. You know, we've seen what Austin Chris Bey, and they're so in a way sort of so similar to Mike Bailey, with minus all the martial arts. But the high flying offense that we've seen, how Mustafa Ali can deal with that from like two different people, and let's see how he can go up against a huge powerhouse like Trent Seven. It'd be almost like good. You know, like he ducked Jake something, but let's see him try and duck Trent Seven now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, Xplosion kicked off with a TNA Plus presents the final deletion from back 2016.
Yes.
It was, you know, how cool is that to get a recap on the final deletion? Again, I think it's a good way of sort of like moving it forward in terms of where we're probably going to go with Matt Hardy. I'm sure we're going to get, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get some kind of cinematic match.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a slam.
Yeah, to end it with a cinematic match. Or we could get Jeff Hardy coming along. Brother Nero, I knew you.
Brother Nero, we knew you'd come. Yeah, you never know. You never know. That could be quite cool to see them back together again.
Yeah.
We then had Allied Angels joining Gia Miller around the ring. We also had in case you missed it, of course, being the main event from the previous Impact, ABZ versus Spedball Mountain. And then
good match.
Damn good match. The main event, of course, was Tasha Steelz versus a returning Allie Katch. Now, we haven't seen her for a little while, but I'm a big fan.
It's been about 2 years, and she's looking incredible.
After a pretty competitive match, though, of course, the Boricua badass defeats Ali. And I think it's good. I mean, they bring these people in. It gives the talent, like, you know, someone like Tasha gets a victory. You know, it's good to get some W's on the board, right?
Yeah, it's nice to see Tasha Steelz again. Hopefully, we'll see her a bit more in the actual Impact Zone now, because she's been away for too long.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't too keen on Allie Katch, but I think she's great.
I think she's fantastic.
I'd like to see her signed.
Yeah, I was really, really pleased to see her again. It was just like, wow, this is fantastic. It's so great to see her again. She had a hell of a match with Tasha Steelz.
Yeah.
I've
seen Ali a lot.
Fantastic comments too.
Yeah, I've seen Allie Katch a lot on Revolver. She's quite often have her on Revolver. And I think she's great. I think she's really good. But let's get into Impact, shall we? Should we get into Impact from last week? Yes. So Impact kicked off, of course, with the celebration of the System Night of Gold at Under Siege that saw now all 4 members of the System dripping in championships featuring the Albany Firebirds cheerleaders. That was different. This was then gate crashed, of course, by Broken Matt Hardy, who proceeded to humiliate all members of the system, especially Moose, mentioning about a Super Bowl win.
That was brilliant.
Now, you know, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Moose's football career, but I'm assuming he never won a Super Bowl. But anyway, eventually, of course, they have enough of him, and they attack Matt And then, of course, eventually Ryan Nemeth enters the ring to make the save. I mean, this opening segment was pretty good. It was long, but there was a lot being told. Do you know what I mean? I think there was a lot being told, and that comment Mir was good. Yeah, the Snow Witch Alicia, I like that. So there was lots of sort of kind of like fun stuff during this.
Brian Myers was fantastic, just ripping everybody apart, ripping the audience apart, ripping everyone that's doubting the system.
Yeah, brilliant. I thought this was a fun section and a good way to open the show. We don't always get this kind of stuff, but I thought this was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Everyone kind of played their role really, really well. And then, of course, Ryan Nemeth entering the ring and helping clear the ring of the system, I think worked really, really well. So I enjoyed this section. I thought it was good. I don't know what everybody else thought, but I enjoyed it. So I think it was good. It helped move story forward. It did its job. And of course, when anyone, gets in there and humiliates the system, that's all that matters. So it's going to be good. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Ryan does, actually, because I think I've only ever seen him wrestle once. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he's as good as his brother. Hopefully he is.
What the truth is, you're nothing but a mid-card donor.
Happy birthday to Matt Cardona too.
Oh yes. But it's interesting with Moose with his lisp. He does often say words wrong, but it's not Matt Cardona, it's Matt Cardona, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we revisit a recap on Mustafa Ali versus Ace Austin from Under Siege, followed by a backstage interview with Jim Miller and ABC. Chris Bey is asked if there's any resentment towards Ace Austin for questioning his loyalty. Bey assures Gia that all is well within the team. Ace remarks that he would be X Division champion if he had a better support. But now they are ready to teach Trent and Spedball a lesson. I thought this was quite a cool moment. I like the misinterpretation stuff that they're sort of kind of they're doing between ABC. I'm hoping they're not going to break them up.
Yeah.
But there still seems to be little inklings of
there's always going to be in a team. There's always going to be that moment where you do question: is it working? Or one thinks they're better than the other. We saw it with the Wolves. We've seen it with the Hardys. We've seen it with Team 3D, Edge and Chris.
We've seen it with LAX.
Yeah, Bobby Roode and James Storm probably the best example.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Even Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, they've had their moments where one thinks they're better than the other one, and it's pretty much how they ended their career.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Santino is backstage when the system barges in.
Son of a gun.
Furious, demanding action against Matt Hardy and Ryan Nemeth for their beatdown. Santino responds that he has an announcement that will address their concerns. So that was interesting. We then obviously head back to the ring. We then get First Class versus the FBI, which actually, to be fair, after a pretty solid match. Pretty solid tag match from both teams.
It was a fantastic match.
It was a really good match. However, First Class, I think, were just a little bit too much for the new team of FBI. I mean, they're young, they're fresh, a little bit green still, but they were just a little bit too much for him. And of course, First Class get their win, which is good. Because obviously, if we're gonna push this, this new team, they've got to get some W's under their belt, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I thought it was a pretty solid match, and I really like the I've forgotten his name, but I like the smaller of the two FBI guys. I'm not sure what his name is, the smaller one.
I didn't. Their names of the last thing I paid attention to. I was just enjoying the match.
The bigger guy's called Zach.
The match too much.
the bigger guy is called Zach something. I can't remember what the smaller guy's name is, but either way, I'm pretty impressed with him. I mean,
they're very impressive.
Zach's pretty solid as well, but no, I think they're a good tag team. I'm interested to see where they go. Hopefully, they're going to be around a little bit longer, or maybe they'll just turn up for the sort of kind of when we're in the New Jersey, New York area, something like that. There you go, Ray Jazz. That's right. Thank you, Norris. I appreciate it.
You are banned from diving.
You are.
You are banned from diving.
And of course, we didn't see any diving whatsoever.
Only Rich Swann.
That's it. Rich Swann we saw, but not obviously from AJ Francis. Zach Clayton, that's correct, Mir. Zach Clayton and Ray Jazz. That's the FBI. Okay, so Santino is then confronted by an irate Jake something, upset about the chaos at Under Siege. The Rascals storm in, equally furious. Both parties demand action, and Santino swiftly grants them their wish. So we get Cody Deaner teams up with Jake Something to face the Rascals in the next match. This is interesting. We then get, because we were talking about this, funny enough, last week, weren't we? And then the following day it happened. So Steph DeLander and Con joined the frontman Alan Angels on Soundcheck. Like I said, we were talking about Soundcheck, where it had gone. We thought that maybe Sammy's show had taken it over. But no. Angels mistakenly assumed DeLander and Con are dating, which offends Con, prompting him to shove Angels out of the frame. DeLander puzzled, asked Con if he and Angels are friends. Fed up, Con starts to leave, but Angels, with the help of security, tries to stop him. Unfazed, Con swiftly takes down the security guards. I mean, is that show ever going to work? Do you think? I mean, do we think that show's?
I feel sorry for Alan Angels, but it was a good laugh. I must admit, and it's probably the only time we've seen Con look dominant and actually be convincing.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Steph DeLander trying not to burst out laughing throughout it was also really good to see. She was chuckling at some point, but she stayed in the zone throughout most of it. But when Con started like pushing the pushing Angels away and him sliding across the floor, you could see she was starting to giggle a bit and start laughing.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. It was a fun segment.
Dragon Storm just brought up something here about TNA have recently posted a couple of videos about Trevor Lee recently and his X Division title wins.
Oh yeah, I saw that. So there's some hints. We're getting the hints as we always.
I would love to. Yeah, I've said before, I'd love to see him back. It's such a shame that he's been dropped from WWE.
He's fantastic. Cameron Grimes, he's great.
Yeah. I hope we do see him back. He'll see someone I'd love to see again. He's one of the guys that kept me in.
It would be good to get Trevor Lee back, and maybe sort of kind of more in the Cameron Grimes character, because I think that character was really good and suited him really well. But who knows? It'd be good to have Trevor Lee back, regardless. He's what they used to call him, the caveman, wasn't it? Or something?
Yeah, it was. Oh God. No, I can't remember it now. I know people refer to him because he looked like Captain Caveman, but
it's right, he did, yeah.
Yeah, but
Captain Caveman.
I'm surprised the majority of the audience knew what that was. That's even before my time.
There you go. Mir said the Carolina Caveman. That's right. That's what they call him. We then go to the Rascals versus Something and Deaner. Before the match, Deaner grabs the mic and polls the Albany crowd, offering a choice between a standard match or an Albany Tornado tag match. The crowd, of course, chooses the latter, and it's made official. After a great match dominated by the Rascals, quite frankly, Deaner is finally double-teamed right at the end and pinned for a Rascals victory. Again, this was a really good match, and I thought, although it was dominated by the Rascals, I thought you could see the chemistry of Dina and something was still there.
Something put some bloody brilliant spots in. Yeah, that jumping body avalanche he does to Trey Miguel, but he hit him from behind. That knocked him flat out. Using Zachary Wentz as a lawn dart, as Trey Miguel tries to jump over out the ring to him. That was bloody brilliant as well.
Absolutely.
And Wentz gave him one belter of a kick as well to knock him out for most of the match. That was really impressive too. For Dina got ganged up on so much as Zachary Wentz managed to take him out really early in the match, and so Dina was on his own. But if something was given a bit more of an opportunity, they would have probably won the match. But he just was outnumbered.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame. It's a shame, but I mean, the trouble is, if we're going to keep any of the tag teams sort of in a decent state, then they've got to get wind under the belt. So it was a good win for the Rascals because they've lost a few recently. So it's good to see they're getting another W under their belt, which is good. Norris Sparks is saying that Trevor Lee versus Mustafa Ali would be fire.
Definitely.
Have they ever? Don't know when they were in the E. Have they ever done a match? Have they ever had a match? Cameron Grimes.
No idea.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. Barry Monkey saying that Dina is really annoying. Enjoying how terrible the People's Choice stuff is. Enjoyed the match as well. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so while Trey and Wentz were celebrating their victory, they're suddenly blindsided by Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin, baby.
Yeah.
Who attacks them from behind. Macklin delivers a KIA to Wentz on the ramp and then makes a swift exit. In catering, Gia Miller backstage, Macklin explains that he attacked them because they weren't there for him twice. At that moment, Kaz then interjects, suggesting that Macklin's lack of focus at Underseas was due to this very reason. Pardon me. Kaz declares that Macklin is now on his own with Mike Santana. Okay, so that was interesting. That then led quite swiftly into the Tom Hannafan sit-down with Mike Santana to discuss his return to TNA Wrestling, his history with LAX, the lessons he'd learned during his time away, the impact of his father's passing, his decision to get sober, which was obviously important, and how that choice saved his life. The way they ended it, I kind of felt that wasn't the end. I think there was more.
Yeah, this is going to be like the Crazy Steve. This is going to be like a 2 or 3 part series of interviews, like we had with Crazy Steve.
I think so.
But it was really, really deep, just setting out what was set out there. It's just amazing to see Santana back, and it's so great. I'm just so glad to see he's got himself clean and everything, and he's in a completely different mindset. And it's just, you see the transformation if you follow him on social media, how everything's just how his mindset has changed, his attitude has changed, everything, and it's just great to see he's on the right level now, and hope things are looking brighter for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's on the mend. I think he's looking good. He's looking great. In fact, I cannot wait to see where he goes over the next sort of 12 months or so.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
I love having Steve backstage. It's great. We ain't got to worry about any of this stuff. Okay, so it's all good. Then we get Gabby Lapisa. Is it Las Pisa? I don't know. She's the host of Gabby AF. I don't know what that stands for. Gabby as fuck, maybe? I don't know. Is set to introduce Ash by Elegance when she's unexpectedly interrupted by, of course, the personal concierge, who refuses to disclose his name and instead presents Ash himself. Gabby then inquires why she's called Ash by Elegance. And Ash explains it's both a lifestyle and, of course, a brand. Gabby's further questioning offends both Ash and the personal concierge. Gabby then shows a video of Ash's loss at Under Siege, infuriating Ash, who blames the referee for stealing her necklace. Crazy shit going on here. Gabby reveals that TNA management has agreed she can have her jewelry returned, but only if she can defeat Xia Brookside. At that moment, Xia, of course, enters and challenging Ash to a rematch next week for the bejeweled knuckles. Oh yeah, it was a knuckle duster thing, wasn't it, with the jewel?
Yeah.
Ash accepts, setting the stage for next week's showdown between Xia and Ash by Elegance. I think I don't know whether I keep wanting to see this.
Yeah, well, a lot of people here. Yeah, a lot of people are saying here it was dragged on a bit too long. You know, they need to start doing something different with Ash by Elegance now and find somewhere for Xia Brookside to go from now.
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
Okay, I quite like the Gabby girl. I thought she was pretty good, and I like the way that she was sort of kind of like antagonizing Ash. I thought that was good. I've got no idea who she is, so I might go and check her out. That Gabby AF thing. There's obviously some sort of like say podcast or something going on. But anyway, it was good that they used her, and I think it worked. Like you say, it did drag on a little bit, but I do think it worked. Mir's thinking that Ash might need to find another concierge. Well, you never know. Barry says that the Ash by Elegance stuff is horrendous. Worst thing I've seen on TNA in years. What is funny is her first name is Ash. Yeah, that's true. That is her first name. Ash by Elegance. Yeah. Anyway, Santino returns to announce the Champions Challenge, a major event pitting all 8 TNA champions against a team of 8 Super All-Stars. The champions team will consist of Moose, Eddie Edwards, Alicia Edwards, Mesha Slamovich, Brian Myers, Jordan Grace, Mustafa Ali, and of course the Raider Kid. They will then face off with Eric Young, Steph DeLander, Broken Matt Hardy, Sammy Callahan, Joe Hendry, Ryan Nemeth, Danny Lunar, and of course Jody Threat. Now, I can see some people like, what the fuck is this? And there's lots of other people who are very much like, do you know what? I think this is going to be really good. And I have spoken to a couple of the guys who were ringside for this one, and they say that this is a really good concept for a match. So I'm looking forward to it. Are you?
I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for this match. It's going to be an absolute banger, to say the least. I just want to see is, will the system work with everybody else? That's the big question looming over everything. You know, we all know they're all in it for themselves. Are they actually going to work with Masha Slamovich and Laredo Kid and Mustafa Ali? Well, they probably will work with Mustafa Ali because they got a sort of similar mindset there, really. But you know, is Alicia actually going to work with Masha Slamovich, or is she going to let Masha do all the work?
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Laredo Kid is like the big standout one because he's got no allegiance to anyone or anything like that. So he's just really, he's going to be looking out for himself and keeping his eye on Joe Hendry. Yeah.
Actually, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, Ryan Nemeth is taking Josh Alexander's spot because Josh is injured.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But it's going to be interesting. What we got there, it could lead to a title match for the winner. Should the non-champion obviously team win?
Well, I can see there's chances are that the challenge is like going to win because Matt Hardy being there is like huge star power advantage, and Ryan Nemeth being there is the wild card in a sense.
Yeah, and Joe Hendry.
So
I believe in Joe Hendry.
If they can cause the system to collapse on itself, then everyone else is either going to walk out on them or is going to be the unfortunate person to get pinned.
Yeah, I agree.
Looking at Laredo Kid, looking at Masha Slamovich as the two unlucky ones to probably get pinned if the system falls apart. Because Mustafa Ali's not going to get pinned. He's going to find some way to get out the ring before any shit happens to him. Security will come around him and drag him out before he gets pinned.
Yeah, I agree. We then get Gresham comes out. He gets a convincing victory over Will Ferrara. I haven't seen him for a long time. Will Ferrara. I'm pretty sure he used to be in Ring of Honor, but
He did. He was, yeah.
yeah. So, but he's a good wrestler. But I've not seen him for a long time. But I thought Gresham got a pretty convincing win over him, who also obviously gets the black ink treatment. Doing it slightly different to when he did it the first time. I still don't think it's right. I think like spitting out into your hand and shoving it in someone's mouth. I'm not sure. I still don't think that's the way to go with it. But I don't know. It's interesting.
I like how he used it as a mandible claw and got like so. Basically, he intoxicated. Like you're converted. You're out of it. You're gone. And he got that. Ending it that way was a lot more convincing and sort of made it mean something a lot more than what happened beforehand when we first saw it. I thought it was executed a lot better, but I think if it was done more like a poison mist attack, it would be a lot more just better. But then we've seen the Muta and Rosemary and Crazy Steve use the poison mist, so it's a different angle with the masked character, I suppose.
I'm just not sure. I'm liking it, but I'm gonna keep going with it because he's such a good wrestler and I want him to be badass. I really do.
Yeah. The character is an absolute bloody. It's really, really creepy. It really does make. It's not the same Gresham we've seen before. He's completely different, and that alone is really, really eerie.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people are trying to. Like Dragonstorm is saying there, he likes Gresham. The gimmick is terrible. He should spit the ink on his opponent after he wins the match. I'm kind of, maybe not win the match with the ink because the thing is, it doesn't make sense because he's winning the matches by doing this ink thing, but surely that's a disqualification. But he doesn't seem to be getting disqualified. So I don't know, because his matches aren't like hardcore or anything. They're not. Do you know what I mean? They're not no holds barred or anything like that. So I don't know. It's weird. I agree. I think the spit in the, doing a mist or whatever over his opponents once they've won the match is probably another way of doing it. I don't know. Just don't think it's working. I just don't think it's working. I agree, Gibster, 100%.
Yeah, the bus is in.
Trent's in the house. Nice to see you, bud.
Howdy, Trent.
He's obviously got good taste in men as well, which is good to see.
Well, he can see you, and he can see Eddie Edwards and Ryan Nemeth. So I don't think he's talking about me.
Oh, that must be it. That must be it.
Off.
Fuck off. Gail Kim is spotted exiting a car and walking down a gravel path, approaching Gisele Shaw, who is meditating. Gail Kim states firmly, "We need to talk." So we know Gisele's on her way back.
I thought I saw that was the first thing I saw from last week's TNA before I watched the whole show last night. That alone was like fucking brilliant. But before I saw that, I was actually questioning: is Gisele Shaw still signed, or has she just gone completely silent for and in like protests or something like that? But no, it's all been character work. So I'm just looking forward to seeing where this is going.
Mm-hmm. And I agree, Barry. I thought there was a chance that might have been Tessa Blanchard as well. But there you go. Gabrielle Martinez, hiya, nice to see you. Why not have him wear gloves during the match? Then when he goes for the mandible claw, he could take it off, and it's shown that the ink come from his hand. Well, maybe, yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting. And then we've got Trent saying on the mini films, TNA does are second to none. I agree. I think they do a great job on those.
They're to the point that they're very creative. And they
very creative, and the production values are always really high.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Mustafa Ali joins Matthew Raywalt and Tom Hannafan at the commentary table just before, obviously, the main event begins. He was good on the table. Really good. I love his character.
He's great. He's so great at pissing off Tom Hannafan. It's so good.
He is so good. ABC versus Spedball Mountain. The match begins with Chris Bey and Spedball Mike Bailey in action. Bailey quickly lends a massive drop kick and tags Trent Seven. Together they execute a double hip toss, followed by Bailey launching Trent onto Chris Bey. As Ali watches intently, Trent continues to assault by covering Bey and delivering running forearm after tagging in Bailey. Bailey dazzles with a series of moves, including a back elbow off Trent's back and shooting star press. I'll tell you what, it was good. You know what I liked about the commentary side of things, which I thought sold it really, really well, was when Mustafa Ali kept saying, calling them like Mr. Austin and Mr. Bey and Mr. Seven and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really good. I thought it really made a big sort of kind of like difference to the way you felt about it, and he was sort of kind of like almost encouraging. He was encouraging them.
He was encouraging, and he's almost patronizing them at the same time.
Patronizing at the same time. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
it was such great work, and Tom Hannafan constantly pressing him about his personal security getting involved. Then he threatens Tom Hannafan, if you keep it up, it's not going to be civil between us. it's the same. If you keep on and going on about that, I'm going to knock you out. But in the most political way you can. That was really good. And Matthew Raywalt is sucking up some Mustafa Ali throughout the entire thing as well.
Exactly, he was 100%. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Nice to see you. Okay, so Bailey making a comeback with a drop kick and tagging in Trent Seven. Trent unleashes a barrage of moves on Ace, including a big DDT. Back inside, Bey and Bailey go toe-to-toe, with Bailey eventually hitting his signature kicks. That's that kick. I love that. I think that's
brilliant.
Ace Austin and Bailey engage blows, knocking each other down temporarily. Tags bring Trent and Bey back into the fray, exchanging chops. Love a good chop, don't we? Bey attempts a satellite DDT, but Trent counters, and the two continue to battle. As the match nears to a climax, all four competitors are down after a series of punishing maneuvers. ABC attempts their finisher, but Spedball and Trent counter with stereo dives. In the ring, Bailey lands on a tornado kick on Bey and tags Trent. Despite Ace's attempt to intervene, Bailey and Trent execute a combination of move culminating in Trent's Birminghammer. We love the good Birminghammer. And Bailey's Ultima weapon to secure the victory. And of course, it means that we're going to get Trent Seven versus Mike Bailey for the a chance at Mustafa Ali. Obviously, as they're sort of kind of like exiting and celebrating all that, everything goes off there. I thought
there was a moment between Ace and Bey after the match. They're just staring at each other like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
That tension's escalating even more now. So that's something to look up for next week as well.
They're definitely building that tension. They are 100% building that tension. There is no doubt about it. Okay, guys, listen. Please take the time to share. It is important to us that you share the show. Get it out there on all the social medias. Pop it in all the different wrestling groups that you know. Get it shared. Get it liked. Give us lots of thumbs ups. It makes a massive difference to us and shows us how much you love the show, which is always good. And of course, it helps promote TNI and, of course, TNA to the masses. So the more people that you share this show to, the more people get to find out how amazing we are and how amazing we think TNA is. So, get it out there. Let's get it out there as much as we possibly can. I'm going to have a quick look in the chat before we move on. Trent is suggesting we do some sort of poll there. I'll look at that towards the end. It was a great match, really good episode of Impact overall. If you ignore the Ash by Elegance bit, I think the Ash by Elegance bit is sort of kind of wearing thin now. I think some people are starting to.
I would rather have seen the knockouts match rather than have that whole segment. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult at the moment because they're still trying to build storylines, but at the same time we want matches. You know.
Yeah, just put two knockouts against each other. Just have a.
Does it look like I give a damn?
No, it doesn't, EY. No, it really doesn't.
Well, we need EY versus ODB again then.
Yes.
Bam.
Yes, wonderful.
Bam!
It would be. It would be. Right, let's take a look at Impact this Thursday. We've got, obviously, we've already talked about, I'm assuming this is going to be the main event, 8-on-8 Champions Challenge. We don't need to talk about that anymore. We've already covered it. We've got Xia Brookside versus Ash by Elegance. Of course, the rematch. If Ash wins, she gets her bejeweled knuckles back, which obviously she's disgruntled about. I love Xia Brookside, though. I think she's fantastic talent. Very young. Very young.
The Angel of the Ring. Can't not love the Angel of the Ring.
She is the angel. You're right. We've got Frankie Kazarian versus, of course, the man of mayhem, Steve Macklin. I think that's going to be a cracker. I think that's going to be an absolute cracker, that one. And we've also got a returning Alan Angels, who we haven't seen for a while, versus the aerial assassin Leon Slater.
That's going to be good too. That's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be some good matches there. I noticed that I think Barry mentioned he don't know what the matches are going to be when the majority of the roster are in the 8-on-8. Well, there you go. We got three great matches: Xia Brookside versus Asprey Elegance, Frankie Kazarian versus Steve Macklin, Alan Angels against Leon Slater. The British.
They're giving Leon Slater some fucking brilliant guys to go up against and really show what he can do. I think it's fantastic booking with Leon Slater.
I think so too. I think they've booked him really well. But the question is here, who's going to get the win? I mean, who needs to win more, Leon Slater or Alan Angels?
Oh, Leon Slater, definitely. He's the up-and-coming prodigy.
Okay.
and that's not patriotic bias going towards him as well. Because he grew up near where I live now, and I'm technically a Southern boy, so it's not for me to be shining.
He's a Brummie, and is he from Birmingham or Coventry area?
I think he was originally from no, it was somewhere up in the northwest,
like Wolverhampton or something. He's dead. It might be. I think the Reese is from Birmingham, isn't he?
Yeah,
like the Reese is from Birmingham. But yeah, so I mean, the dude is an absolute special talent, and I'm so glad that we managed to tie him down, because we're going to get to watch him grow, and we're probably going to get the best years out of him, to be honest. So I'm excited about that. Just like we got the best years of AJ Styles, we're going to have the best years of Leon Slater. Some incredible matches from him, so I'm excited about that, definitely. But guys, that's about all we got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, plus feel free to drop us a super sticker, or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact for some great t-shirts, or of course head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below, and also I believe you can, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's a apparel or merch button there. Go and check that one out as well. All the TNI shows are available to all of you Listen on the Go fans as audio only. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows, we are there. And make sure you hit whatever you need to hit to get the reminders. If it's bells, whatever it is, thumbs up, whatever. You need to get that hit, man. You need to get that hit. That's important. Where can we find you on the social media, Joe? Where can we find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace, or you can jump onto Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Look for #EmptySpace, #IntoTheVoid, or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #DailyGill. But approach with an open mind and just might keep your sanity. one or two in the recent days have gotten quite a few on YouTube. Have got quite a few views and quite a few people questioning what the fuck's going on. So we're checking out what's coming up on YouTube.
Okay. What the fuck is this? Okay. All right. No worries. We're going to checking that out. Of course, I know Craig's not here today, but we will promote Craig. Obviously, LimpstarUK. If you pop that in your search engine, you'll find him. I can't remember what he said it was for. He's recently gone back onto Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So I'll find out what his handle is, or he'll probably let us know himself anyway next week. So that'll be good. But if you need to follow TNI on the socials, you can find us at We Talk Impact, of course, on the X, on the Facebook, on the Internet. You will find us there at We Talk Impact. That's what you need to follow. And of course, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more of the Bison, if you liked what you've seen today, then of course go and check me out on X, and that is at Lord Bison 45. I'm getting very, very close to 2,500 follows now. Come on, guys, help me get there. Go and give me a follow. Also on TikTok, if you want to follow my fitness journey, my inspirational channel, I'm on TikTok at Bison by Design. Make sure you go and give that a follow as well. And of course, well, please take the time, guys, to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a what? A tickle, a squeeze, of course, a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out from, of course, us UK team and the US teams each and every single week. And of course, what do? We talk TNA. Exactly. Well, with all that said, I have, of course, been Bison. He has been, of course, the Joker. And I do want to say the Limpster was with us, but of course, simply Steve in the background. And this has been episode 181 of Impacted. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.